Salam, this is Joan, and the tape is covering my December prayers, how I'm applying it in my life. I'm going to start with a prayer from Surah 113 in the Quran. Allah ina elja, antakum al-fajr, al-mini min shiri, bilayla min mutalan min hasadin. And that's, in summary, asking for protection from God, from evil. What I did so far this month was I reread Surah 26, which is called The Poets. And I'm wondering, what makes you a Muslim? Is it a statement or behavior you show in your life? The reason it started is because somebody had commented on a tape I made saying that they thought I was maybe lying to myself. And I began wondering, well, okay, what are they talking about? I'm a sweet person. And when I practiced Judaism, I chose the name Madak, which means sweet. I'm also a peace activist. But you are allowed to be that in Islam. It's an Ahmadiyya sect. And then I've seen all kinds of Muslims. I don't think that you can assume all of them are violent. But this book discusses war, and I'll be covering that also. I'm worried because I have read that in the same section, it warns against asking for a reward and like in castles, which kind of I involved myself in. Another woman asked me why I chose Islam, and I said I wanted social justice. I didn't know how to get myself out of the circumstances people had made. They attacked my life. But after doing self-evaluation, I realized that I was okay. The Quran does back social justice. It's a large portion of it. And what else? Oh, it's the principle of no matter. You're just not supposed to steal from people, and you get tired of replacing or rebuying something because someone has taken it. They just wanted it. And I went on to read that Islam had actually led wars to recover property that was taken from them and to expand Islam. So I'm not really in it for the prizes. I just need help. And it warns also about wealth, and that I mentioned the castles. I kind of don't know why, if everyone lives the same way, such as in social democracy, you can't do that. You can't begin it. You could have a room for each member in an organization, and it just would be, I don't see how it could hurt anyone. You could protect it by putting it in woods or forests, but it just tells you that it could be an idol, so you should watch out for it. Also, I wondered, well, the only time that wealth would become an idol is when you take life to get something you want, which is coveting. Also in this book, it warns people, it's saying that if you reject the message of Islam, you're instructed to attack the city, and that we should tell the public. But we're to teach them a couple times, and then we are to first warn our relatives, and we're told to do it in Arabic, and then everybody else. The Surah 26 talked about condemnation, I'm going to read the verses I thought you should hear. To fear God and obey what he tells you to do, which is warn cities in verse 208 and verse 179. Not to follow the commands of sinners who spread corruption, which is verse 151. Not to lust is verse 165, nor lie, verse 222. Not to slander reputation, which is verse 227, nor defraud people of property. So that was comforting to me to see, and it's verse 183. I also wondered why it didn't talk about forcing sexuality on anyone. I had to deal with that, and I think it would be helpful if it were in there. I'll have to keep reading Korean, maybe it is. Also, it says God condemns disbelief, verse 88, and unreceptive hearts. And then also, I did start a class on social justice, and the teacher's names are Sheikh Rias, R-I-A-S. The last name looks like Saluji. I say L-O-O-J-E-E. And Sheikh Waleed Masad. I'm not done with it, so I can't really tell you much, but I chose what bothered me the most, other than sexual abuses, was being exposed to deception, which is kind of covered in the book Where's Waldo, when someone switches people on you that look similar without warning. Look over my papers and make sure I read or discussed what I wanted to. I'll have to do the warning in Arabic another time. I just don't know how to yet. So here's a verse. People have said or worried, will we be attacked in the future? And the Quran says, if you reject Islam as a city, it is supposed to happen. And in paragraph 11 of Surah 26, to leave with all Muslims before it happens.